Hello all. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial video on Famous Aimless by Mat McHugh. I'll just play a little bit of the beginning just so you know what you're getting into. Okay, cool. So that's just a little intro bit. So the song is in the key of D sharp, but we are just going to capo at 1 and then play it in D. And so the chords that we would need to know for this song would be a D major chord. These are pretty simple chords, so if you don't know them, there are chord diagrams out there. I'll just give a quick little. For some people play it with 3 fingers. That's the A. Sorry, I should say D, B minor, G, and then A. But the way that we're going to play an A is a little different. So you do have these 3 strings pressed down on the 2nd fret. You have the D, the G, and the B string all pressed down on the 2nd fret. And you're just going to do that with your index finger, your pointer finger. And then what you're going to do with your pinky is put it on the 5th fret of the E string. Okay, so that's also just an A major chord, but it's got the A on the highest string instead of just the open E. Again, it's not necessary, but it gives it a little closer sound to the original recording. Alright, and so there are 2 ways to really go about the first part. You could just do simple chords. Or you could add the little kind of riff that he does in between the D and the G. If you want to go simple, then just ignore everything I'm about to say. Cool beans. So the little riff is basically you're going you're sliding up from the, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th to the 9th, and then on the A string, sorry. 7th to the 9th, and then you're hitting the 7th on the next string. And then you're hitting the A1 again. So it's basically just these two fingers on the 9th of the A and the 7th of the D. That is relative to the capo as well, by the way. Right? But you're just sliding into that. And you can pretty much slide from anywhere. And the slide is when you just have your finger on, and then right as you hit it, you bring it to the fret you want. So I don't hit it when I get to the fret, I hit it before I get to the fret, but keep sliding anyways, and make sure your finger is strong on the fretboard, else it doesn't do anything. So just, keep it strong on there, and then stop when you get to the 9th fret. And then slide it back down, and then you're going to go into your G chord, G major chord. This is also maybe a variation. I play it with the ring on the 3rd fret of the B, and then the pinky on the 3rd fret of the E, although I do know that a lot of people just play it with the 3rd on the E. It's just a different sounding G chord. They're both G major though. Okay, so you hit the open D string, and then hit the D chord on the offbeat. Okay, same with the G. You hit the G, and then you hit the G on the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hit the rest of the G chord on the 2 and the 4. And the way you kind of get that soft, kind of mellow sound that he gets in his songs is you mute it with your palm. And the palm mute is when you place your palm not off the bridge and not too far on the strings, but kind of like right at the beginning. So I'll play you the difference. Okay, so that's a successful palm mute. if they were off the strings. Okay, so you just kind of have it resting on there. You're not pushing or anything, you're just nice and easy kind of resting on it. So you hit the D string and then offbeat on the D chord, and then you go to the G, with the variation. Cool, so that's the trickiest part out of the way. And then what we do is, after a while, let me just pull up the lyrics here. After a while, I heard they built a bomb that could mow us all down. Won't make, whoa. I heard they built an island in the Pacific, size of Texas, made of plastic. I heard they built a bomb that could mow us all. Okay, so when you get to down, sorry, down, won't make a sound. Well, I heard they built a monument to broken things. Money, power, fame, all it brings. People gather round in the diamond rings, hoping things start spreading another day. Okay, so then, sorry, I should say what those chords are. So you do the D, G, and then when you get to the mow us all down, when the melody changes there, you go to the B minor chord, mow us all down, won't make a sound, and then the A chord. You can do either A major. Make a sound, well, and the same principle, you hit the lowest note, so in this case, the second fret on the A would be the B, and then you do the offbeat with the rest of the chord on the palm mute. Cool. So moving on to the chorus. Still with me, I hope so. Chorus. Well, another day goes by. It's famous, aimless, and I don't know why. On our television screens and our dreams and our magazines shine so bright like the stars in the sky. Tell me what it is. I know I must be missing something, but I'm not so sure. Tell me all the ways, all the days, all the time it takes, all the reals, all the fakes, all the show. We'll go, oh, oh. Go, oh, oh. We'll go, oh, oh. We'll go, oh, oh. So again, the last part after the chorus, what you already know. So the chords for the chorus are D, A, B minor, and then a G. And then also, if you want to add another variation like we do in the verse, it's basically the same principle, kind of same position as well, but you just slide up to the 7th fret and do that kind of same thing. Whereas before we did it on the A and then to the D. Now we're doing it from the E string, 7th fret, to the A string, 5th fret. Okay? And then we're hitting the D chord after that. Before we were transitioning from the D chord to the G chord. But now we're going from a G chord to a D chord. So it's just switched around. Again, you don't have to, but yeah, it adds a nice little variation. Okay, so that would be your verse and your chorus. And then there's one other part, which is the bridge, clearly. And that goes a little something like this. If we keep running to escape, when in circles find your way, then we'll just be wasting our time, falling asleep, neither awake nor alive. Okay, so what's it's basically E minor to a D. Find our way. And there's a little variation here too if you want, and that's all on the D string right here. You go fourth, second, open, seconds. And also when I play the E minor, just because it sounds like he's doing it, it doesn't have a whole lot of bass in this part, so I just play the top few notes of an E minor chord. So if you know E minor, right, and then you can add this, the third fret on the E string, and it's still E minor chords, and then I'm just not playing these two, so I don't need that finger there. So then, if we keep running to escape, in circles, and sorry, this middle finger is not doing anything, it's just, it looks like it's doing something. In circles, find our way. Okay, cool. So, oh yeah, and then the end of the bridge, we'll just be wasting our time. E minor, and then I play the full one, just, you know, for the heck of it. Wasting our time. And then the A. Let us sleep. Neither awake nor not. Harmonica solo. Bum ba 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 bum bum. Bum ba 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 bum bum. Yeah, cool. And then, so there you go. So you just repeat the verse for the second part, repeat the chorus, and I'll just do a quick little voila. So this is your verse. Cool. And then chorus. Another day goes by. It's famous, aimless, and I don't know why. Television screens and our dreams and our magazines shine so bright like the stars in the sky. Tell me what it is. I know I must be missing something, but I'm not so sure. Tell me all the ways, all the days, all the time it takes, all the reals, all the fakes, where the show go. Also towards the end, it doesn't do this part. Like the very last time, it goes from the D to the G. It doesn't do that little transitional riff. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. I like this song a lot, and I quickly did a YouTube search and couldn't find any tutorial videos, so I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you've learned and can now jam to this song. Rock on.